Welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. This is episode 4. You open your eyes, it's a new day. Last night seemed so far away, you can almost pretend the horrors you witnessed in Annex were nothing but a nightmare, chased away by the harsh morning light. But you know that furious spirit, Charles Shaw Jr., yet lingers, locked behind the doors of the town hall, still tied to the earth by its hatred of you and Tabitha. An involuntary shudder runs down your spine. But your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on the nightstand. Kanika, hope you made it home okay. Haven't heard from Stella since last night. How are you? Check your messages. There's nothing from Stella. Text Stella. A photo of a nervous puppet? What? I think that, that would be a little weird. How's my favorite cryptid hunter? You wait for a few silent minutes. Your message sits undelivered. Undelivered? Why to be undelivered? You mean not seen? Does Stella disappear like sometimes? Kinda, but with everything going on, I don't feel comfortable letting her run off on her own. We should look for her, right? Come to town, we should stick together. Looks like you have your morning plans in order. Check the closet. Good thing. Oh! It moved! It was laying the other way before. There's no denying that the doll moved at some point since your most recent visit. But your long-dead relative's creepy doll isn't the only thing that's different. Someone was in here. Something to mull over for the rest of the day. Could have been the housekeeper. Take a shower. Feels good to wash away the grime of last night's haunting, but eventually you'll have to leave this place and confront the rest of the day. In the meantime, you think about the door in the clinic. You're still drawn to it. Even now, you'll be going back there today, you're sure of it. Yeah, I am thinking about that, because I kind of wanted to go in, but I wanted to use the mystic stuff. I don't know. I feel like I should have gone in. Done here. Time to face your cousin. You find her in the kitchen, her shoulders hunched in a tight bowl of anxiety. They're striking this week of all weeks, as if I didn't have enough on my plate already. Mystical. Does it even matter how the strike plays out? Any resolution would merely treat the symptoms of the disease rotting in the heart, Scarlet Hollow. For things to stand any chance of getting better, there's something deeper you still have to fully uncover. Yeah, she wouldn't have heard from Stella. If the mine's in trouble, you should sell it and sell the estate. Get out while you still can. Tabitha bristles. You really are a Vivian's kid, aren't you? Trying to bow out just when things get difficult. I'm not giving up like that. This is the Scarlet Mine. I'm not just going to cash out on our family's legacy. I'm bringing the mine back to life, one way or another. Remain silent. I've dawdled long enough. Stay safe, no more hijinks. But let me know if you get in trouble, okay? Tabitha slips past you, her heavy boots thudding down the hall as she marches away to face her employees. Time to figure out the rest of your day. Talk to Frou Frou. Walk over to the cat. Oh, says toy what blah 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 blah. I don't know what that means. Will you ever let me pet you? And coat my fur in your disgusting human oils? None. You know anything about the stone carvings? I am not here to be your comment. I am here to watch you flail about in the darkness. I am not here to provide answers to whatever mysteries found in your feeble American mind. I missed you last night, Frou-Frou. So that makes one of us. You nod respectfully to Frou-Frou. She scoffs, her tail twitching with annoyance, but you can sense she's less annoyed than she usually is. Maybe she's getting used to you. Bye, Frou-Frou. She scoffs as you turn away. Fuel up with a quick jelly sandwich. If Stella's MIA, who knows when you'll get the chance to eat. Make yourself a jelly sandwich in anticipation for the long day ahead of you. And that's that. Head to town. You head to the front door and begin your trek to town. Oh, the thingy there. Oh, and there, and there, and there. Oh, and there. Can't help but feel Kellen's eyes watching you from a tree line. A feeling that reminds you of your time in the woods with Stella. Ditchlings shouldn't be out in the middle of the day, though. They're getting bolder. As you continue the trek to town, you pause and stare at the mountain range beyond the holler, contemplating a world that's blissfully unaware of the danger threatening the citizens of this tiny town. The world outside feels less real with each passing day as the strange reality of what's happening in Scarlet Hollow gently uproots what you'd always taken to be truths of our world. Your everyday worries seem distant, overshadowed by a fear and dread that hasn't stopped building up since the moment you stepped off that bus. Kniga. It isn't long until your journey from the state is over and you once again find yourself on the main street of Scarlet Hollow. You made it down the hill in one piece, thank God. I didn't realize there were so many of those ditchlings around or I would have driven up to get you. Can't believe they're outside in the day. Feels wrong. How you doing? No, I'm not flirting with you. I'm flirting with Stella's my girl. I don't know, I'm worried about Stella. Ain't sure I know two of you have been getting pretty close. You getting jealous? We'll find her. So how are you mentally? That's a great question. My concept of how the world works is being shattered a little more each day, so that's cool. Every day I feel more and more like I need to get out of this town before it swallows me whole. I also keep feeling like there are too many reasons to stay. Like right now I can't leave until I know Stella's okay. With her folks gone, the only people she has are her friends. And as her bestie, I just can't let her go running off into the woods to get eaten by a Bigfoot. My mom is just so chill right now, it's driving me nuts. She's not giving me any answers about the shit she pulled last night, it's just weird. Thanks so much for asking. She was really thoughtful of you and it helped to talk about. And if you ever need someone to rant at too, I'd be happy to return the favor. I know what others with my gifts when I meet them. Sybil was probably the most gifted person I've met. Are you saying she's a witch or something? No way, she's just a funky old lady who's into crystals and herbs and stuff. She doesn't actually know magic. I mean, if she were some kind of witch, would that mean everything I knew was wrong and my whole life has been a lie? Can't think about this right now, I need to be focused. This thought will just have to get in line with all the other pending existential crises. Crises? We should get started. Yeah, Burning Daylight. Where to first? Check Stella's house. Definitely, I probably should have done that before getting you to come all the way down here, but to be honest, I was scared of wandering off by myself, just in case I ran into any horrors from beyond the veil. It'd be great if this turns out to be nothing and she's just asleep in bed. You make your way towards Stella's house. Kanika knocks anxiously on the door. Creaks open. It's cool. The interior is cold, not just physically. There is an absence of joy in life that leaves only a chill behind, the ghost of an empty house and the sobering dread that comes with the knowledge that your search won't end here. For the life of you, you can't remember if Stella closed the door behind her when the two of you left for the library yesterday morning. I don't sense anything supernatural here, but I don't like the look of this. Should go in, right? Yeah. The living room is almost exactly as you saw it the other day. Whatever happened to Stella doesn't look like it happened here. Okay, nothing unusual so far. This is a perfectly normal living room. No blood or viscera. Not even a tipped over lamp. That's good. Investigate her room. If she has a bed. Well, it's messy. Make your way down. Oh, the little toy of her dog. Make your way down the hall to what you assume to be Stella's room. She's not here. Though it's a little untidy, to say the least. It's the usual sort of untidiness that accumulates when someone doesn't often have guests in their bedroom. There aren't any signs of violence. Sure looks like a room. Explore. Check her computer. I'm not sure you should be snooping on her computer. It's an invasion of privacy. What if we don't find Stella and it's all because we didn't snoop on our computer? What if there's a clue we miss it? Sure, snoop away, but I'm not going to take part in this. I'll just be over here. Let me know if you find anything. Stella's desktop is horrifically cluttered. There are simply too many files and folders to fit on a monitor, and they overlap each other in a chaotic, multi-layered display. I don't know what I expected to see here, but it definitely wasn't this. How does she ever get anything done? Check her search history. Check her search history. She hasn't visited any websites since Tuesday night. If she came home after last night, then she didn't touch her web browser. Search history is almost entirely work-related. That's that. Open tabs. Take you all day to count the number of open tabs in the browser. So numerous are tabs, so you can't even see a single icon. A sea of rounded, featureless triangles from Windows edge to Windows edge. Her most recently opened tab is a post on Uncle Carl's Bigfoot Farm, a forum for cryptozoology enthusiasts. Something big is happening in Scarlet Hollow. Hey everyone. I was out chasing a skunk ape sighting the other day and I found these weird little guys. My friend's mom says there's something called ditchlings, but I've never heard of them. Anyone have any good at leads? Camera isn't shaky enough. This is totally staged. Clean footage in some sort of cryptid nobody has heard of except for your friend's mom. The only thing I'm seeing when I Google ditchlings is some city in England. Thought you were legit. Guys, since when did high quality footage count as anything other than actual evidence? Those things are terrifying. Since every low budget horror movie started doing guerrilla marketing, I smell an ARG. I'm serious, I've got a ton of extra footage. Look at this nest. They've been doing something to the animals in town. They're apparently some sort of bad omen like Mothman. The moth stand. Okay, I'm listening. I love me a Mothman. I believe you. You're lucky lucky you're falling right into her lap. I don't trust YouTubers. They're entertainers, not scientists. The threat continues to the next day. Hey, okay, so 1, this is an ARG. I would never. 2, oh. You're not going to believe this, but we went into an abandoned mine last night to investigate things. I'm pretty sure we found Tommy knockers. Listen to the knocking we managed to catch on tape. There's a link to an audio file titled Tommy Knockers Real. Just because you put the word real in your file name doesn't mean they're real. Supernatural events on back-to-back nights. This is so fake. Can't believe I bought into that River Runner hype. You're so full of it. YouTubers are always going to sell out to big indie horror. This is kidnapped by aliens all over again. Also, LOL, doughy white things and loud popping noises is definitely an ARG. Did you sell out to Pillsbury? Stop cyberbullying her or I'm going to call the mods. Locking this thread and giving everyone a 7-day ban. No cyberbullying and no self-promo. The thread ends. Oh, there's nothing else. Waste of time. Sure looks like a room. Any thoughts? Yeah, nothing much to comment on. This is what her room's been like for pretty much the entire time. I've known her. The only thing that's changed is the computer getting a lot fancier. And she still does those cork board with string things. She loves putting the strings on there. I don't think they actually mean anything, but they're more for decoration anyway. Investigate the kitchen. Stella's kitchen is messier than she left it yesterday. A couple cabinets are hanging open, and a loaf of bread sits on the counter by a used butter knife. Well, obviously she made herself some food, right? Someone was here after Stella and I left it. We didn't leave the kitchen like this. Maybe she came home last night, had a snack, and didn't feel like putting things away. If she came home last night, why isn't she here now? And why haven't we been able to reach her? Oh, okay, I don't think we're gonna find much else here. So she probably came home last night but left the door open and didn't tell anyone where she was going. I thought I was overreacting this morning. I thought she would have just been sleeping in or something, and I can't believe she's actually missing. Where to next? Check on Oscar and Rosalina. The place your oh so generous cousin decided was suitable for habitation. Sorry, I know she's your family and everything, but with Oscar and Rosalina I've been through this week, I couldn't believe she just even suggests something like that. The risk of infection is going to be through the roof. I just hope we can find somewhere else for them to stay soon. You don't get far before the sound of growling and desperate hisses grab your attention. Pixel. Get away from me, I'm supposed to be an indoor cat. I'm not supposed to see things like you. You don't even talk, you freak. Turn to see a ditchling approach a cornered Pixel in an alley. He must have slipped out the library with everyone else last night. The ditchling, distracted from its hunt by your arrival, cranes his neck to face you, its eyes settling on you with alien indifference. Hey, quit it. The words feel meek as they leave your mouth, and ditchling, unaffected, turns back towards cornered prey. I'm grabbing Pixel. Before you can react, a small pack of dogs around the corner. Oh! Wow. Before you react, a small pack of dogs around the corner. They pounce on the creature, pulling it from the wall, and then taking turns biting and tearing at it until it ripped to shreds. Their task complete, they saunter towards you. What the? What are Daisy and Scraps doing out here? Are they leading some sort of ditchling hunting dog gang? Pixel, I lived. Pixel, you got out of the library, you poor cat, come here. Pixel cautiously walks towards your group before clambering into your arms. He has a comfortable heft to him. I guess he likes you more than me, because I can talk to him. We found him last night, terrified and shaking in a bush outside the library. Who's Daisy? I guess one of the dogs? Psst. I wasn't that scared. I've even been helping out. Scraps. Little Pixel here has been volunteering as scout. Daisy. Oh, I guess that was Daisy's mouth open. Don't worry, we're always right around the corner. Those creatures only like to strike out when they have numbers, but they're hardly very bright. We made sure the little guy was taken care of till the humans were awake. You all know where he's supposed to be? So you're the Scraps I heard so much about. The one and only. This here is Daisy. And we've got a few other concerned locals with us as well, just making sure the cats and dogs of the holler are well cared for, considering recent events. There are more of those things in the woods every day, popping out of the innocent bodies of what used to be dogs like us. He's done us a fine service, but you'd best make sure to keep Pixel inside from here on out. I've got a feeling things are only going to get worse from here. Like to see you try. I was an indoor cat, but now that I got a taste of the outdoors, I will never be satisfied by the indoor life. But maybe I can wait till all the monsters are gone. Have any of you seen her spell Gretchen? Is she missing? Oh dear, Scraps, you don't think. Gretchen's person would never let that happen to her. Wherever she is, I'm sure she's safe from those things. A dog like her doesn't get to be that age without a watchful human at her side. Can you help us find her? We'll do our best. We didn't intend to make any more trips out in the woods, but if it's for Gretchen, we'll take that risk. She's a well-liked dog in these parts, been around longer than any of us. It'd be a blow to the community for her to fall victim to those monstrosities. Gretchen really likes you, Scraps. Oh, she flatters me, so I'm nothing special, just another dog. All the more reason to go after her before it's too late. Don't be modest, Scraps. You're the kind of dog other dogs listen to. That's more than can be said for that Jimmy. Thinks he's so high and mighty just because he can sit and stay the best, as if obedience is the best quality in a leader. You some kind of dog militia? Is there anything humans can do but to ditch things? They ain't that hard to kill when there's a whole lot of us. They die easy enough as long as you don't get caught unawares. That's why we're gathering all local dogs. A big pack is a safe pack. Jimmy may not be doing anything to help. That doesn't mean we can't take matters into our own hands. Now, Daisy, no need to start in about the mayor. He has his own priorities. So long as he doesn't get in our way, we don't need to go start in trouble. Yeah, I suppose you could say that. I'm sure you've met the town's illustrious leader by now. And the powers that abandon you, it's up to the rest of us to band together and protect those who need protected. Aren't your families worried about you? We're country dogs. So long as we come home for dinner, most of us aren't missed too much. Speak for yourself. I know my family's been worried sick, but I can't let that get in the way of what's important. Besides, if I went home, they might tie me up and then I'd be sitting dog. Good doggies. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. You call me good dog, Daisy. Good dog. Daisy's tail wags excitedly before she regains her composure. Ahem. Sorry. I just love to hear it. You best speed her away. Save for us, for the first time that we know of, there's things around during the day, which means the pets of Scarlet Hollow need us now more than ever. Make sure the humans keep an extra careful watch on their furry companions. The band of dogs scampers off. You just had a full-on conversation with those dogs. It's so weird when you do that. And you even convinced them to help us find Stella. Your powers have finally come in handy. Nika sighs, muttering to herself. Knowing dogs are capable of carrying on an actual conversation is going to make being a veterinarian really weird. Pixel in tow, you and your companions continue on to the old Maxwell place. It was clearly once a mid-century modern house and undoubtedly quite stylish for the time, but it's been abandoned for unknown decades, and moss and vines choke its exterior, barely concealing cracked walls and dust-clouded glass. Hey, where the heck are you taking me? This ain't my house. Before you can approach, the door opens, Oscar's head pokes out from the entryway. Hello? Sorry if I startled y'all. The walls here are worn down enough I can hear you coming from a block away. Good morning, Oscar. Thank goodness you found Pixel. Rosalina's been beside herself. Oscar's voice is tired. He had a long night and it shows his graying face seemingly having aged in the hours since you last saw him. Please come on in. You're doing really great, Rosalina. Not a lot of kids your age can take shots that well. You're being so brave. You don't have to talk to me like I'm 5. But you are brave. You really are, Rosalina. You're, like, so badass. Alexis is right. This is more than most people have to deal with in our whole lives. And here you are taking it like a champ. Before Dr. Kelly can continue, Pixel jumps from your arms, bounding across the room and leaping into Rosalina's chest. Pixel, I've been so worried about you. I told you he'd turn up. Dr. Kelly's almost gentle bedside manner vanishes as she turns and glares at you. I see we have visitors. We found something in Oscar's house last night, a stone carving that gave me and Tabitha a vision about what happened there. There was one in the mines the other night too. Both of them had a sort of pull on me. Whatever they are, there's something like them in your clinic. I felt it last night. Those things are cursed. It's only a matter of time before something terrible happens at the clinic. You and Reese have to leave immediately. No, I don't think we will. Just because you decided to try and involve yourself in everyone's problems doesn't mean I want you to invade my space and try to deconstruct the life I built. All of it based on what? A feeling? Leave us alone, my son and I are fine without your help. But if something does happen in the clinic, aren't you worried about Reese? If it's anything like what happened to us last night? He'll be fine. If something happens, I can take care of him, so none of you need to come snooping around. What's gonna happen to your career now the library is closed? Good question. I was up one night wondering the same thing. If things stay the way they are right now, it's essentially like the library burned down. The books are inaccessible and the building is unsalvageable. In that scenario, the county would have to put up the money to build a new archive, or we'd have to move someplace where I can work in the existing library, and Scarlet Hollow would lose a valuable public service. Oscar, move? So you and Rosalina would leave? But we're not doing that, right, Dad? We're staying here. I'm gonna do everything I can to keep us here. We guys trying a rescue mission for some of your stuff? No, absolutely not. No one is going back in there until we have thoroughly researched plan of action. This goes especially for you. Uh-oh. Who knows if you'd be able to leave again? You've done enough for my family. How about no one is going back there, period? We're going to need to deal with it eventually. Boarding up the library isn't a permanent solution. Are you sure about that? Because I don't see any reason we shouldn't just leave the thing alone forever. So Dr. Kelly, you're gonna start poisoning her now too. It's not that bad here. Are you joking? I can smell the wood rot down the street. It's alright, it's a roof over our heads, so we won't have to stay here for long. I'm gonna get the library back in our house with it. I'd best be on my way. Goodbye, Rosalina. Make sure you stay put and keep Pixel company, okay? I will. Bye, Dr. Kelly. Thanks again for doing this. I can't express how much. It's nothing. I'll call later today to see how she's doing. Good luck to both of you. Dr. Kelly brusquely pushes past you and leaves. Oscar, before we get sidetracked, we're not just here to talk about monsters and what happened in the library. Oh? Stella's been missing since last night. You haven't seen her, right? Not since last night. Now I'm really starting to worry. It sounds like no one in town has seen her. I'm sure she'll be okay, but you should probably get back to looking for her soon. Before you go, though, there's something I wanted to get your thoughts on. Let's step outside. Oscar ushers you to the street. What's up? Is everything okay? Yes, or at least okay as it can be, considering everything that's happened. But I don't exactly feel safe. Strange things are going on in Scarlet Hollow, and I'm tired of running from them. I want to get our house back. You've all been looking to the town's history, correct? Overheard your discussion in the library the other day. Have you been able to find anything that might explain what's going on? I don't think we have too much to go on. I can't help but feel there must have been some kind of inciting event, since everything started getting weird seemingly overnight, but I have no idea where to start, really. Whatever the cause of this is, there must be some way to put the genie back in the bottle. I'm gonna do my best to find out if there have ever been any similar events, whether there's anything special about Scarlet Hollow that might explain what's going on. The town archives are unfortunately in the library. Rosalina has been pestering me to make some sort of digital backup for months, but I never got around to it. So online sources it is. We'll fill you in on what little we know, so at least you have some place to start. Make sure Pixel stays inside or it might get grabbed by ditchlings. The ditchlings are those things in the woods, right? With those faces? They snatch animals to do some kind of parasitic egg-laying thing. So unless you want one of those things to pop out of Pixel, you better keep him where he's safe. I think some dogs kept him safe, like a gang of dogs. I know it sounds ridiculous, but we saw it with our own eyes. A gang of dogs? I suppose stranger things have happened. It's very weak, in fact, but we'll make sure he stays safe. Dr. Kelly's hiding something. I don't think we need to go around accusing anyone of being deceitful. No, oh, it's definitely right. I know that's probably not great to hear since Rosalina really needs her right now, but something is up with Dr. Kelly. I'm worried about Reese. I request we drop the line of thinking. We don't need to turn on each other based on pure speculation. Besides, she just took me at my word about everything that happened last night. That has to count for something, right? Maybe because she's responsible for it? We need to find Stella. I agree, we need to brace the energy if we're going to do any serious sleuthing. Let us know what you find. I will. We're going to get the library back and we're going to figure out how to fix whatever's wrong with this town. So that's Oscar. Any other ideas? Ugh. Check out the diner. For the mines. Cops. Oh, I don't really want to go on any cops. We'll go to the diner. Good idea. Folks tend to congregate there. We'll run into someone who's seen Stella. There's all the miners. The diner is busier than you've seen it. The small booths packed with miners. Hey, I hope you weren't planning on spending any quality time in the diner today. It looks like we'll be hosting a meeting for the foreseeable future. What's going on? There's a strike up at the mines. They made the diner their base of operations. Huh? Good for them. It's about time something like this happened. This is great for business. Those fellows can have as much free coffee as they can drink if they keep piling in like this. The miners didn't even notice you entered the diner, and instead of speaking in hushed voices, argue with each other loudly enough for you to easily overhear. I guess the shift schedules are pretty brutal, and I like more vacation days. I'd love to be able to see my family around the holidays, and better health benefits would be amazing. But what if she decides to fire all of us? You're only a year or so into the work, and trust me, the longer it goes on, the more it sucks the life out of you. At first you're just unhappy, but you figure you can weather it until you find something better. A paycheck's a paycheck. Next thing you know, you've lost years of your life to a company that doesn't give a solitary shit about you, that uses up every free second it can suck out of its workers and pay us just enough to survive. But not so much that we can ever save enough to get the hell out. But we can get fired for this. I really need the paycheck. I can't get fired. And the company housing, that makes a big difference for me. Right, the company housing. How generous of Tabitha to put you up in a company-owned shack that ain't had maintenance done in decades. Taking a big chunk right out of your paycheck that sure as shit ain't gonna go towards property tax and upkeep alone. The company housing, that means almost nobody in this whole damn town owns the place they live. We have numbers on the side, Harrison. After what happened up there the other night, damn near everyone is joining the picket line. She can't afford to lose us all. We have the power here as long as we're united. So about the strike. The miners turn toward the doorway, all eyes glaring at you in unison. We all know who you're related to, kid. Word travels fast. I'll be damned if we talk business in front of you. I may be the boss' cousin, but I support the strike. Well, even the boss's family is on our side. Maybe this really could work. That's right, the whole town is on our side. There was a collapse less than 2 days ago, and she expects us not to riot at the thought of being forced back down there. Yeah, I'm straight. Hear, hear. Still, if you support the strike, the best thing you can do right now is not meddle with it. Trust can only go so far. Anyone seen Stella? The YouTuber? No, we ain't seen her. As you can see, we've got a lot going on today. We'd appreciate it if you didn't butt in. Harrison's voice drops to a barely audible mumble. Hope she's okay. She hasn't been around, but I'll let you know if I hear anything. Waiting on Harrison's situation? During the strike, Harrison, unite with your fellow workers. Hey, this is a private conversation. But you're right, even if you are the boss's cousin, I don't trust you as far as I can throw you. This strike is only going to work if all of us stand together, Harrison. What do you say? Who's Harrison? Her? I'll have to call my family to see what they say. My sister's tuition is riding on this job. But I'm pretty convinced at this point, if you really think it'll work, I'm down. Zach claps her on the shoulder. Good to hear it, kid. I guess we should get going. You turn and leave the diner, Katinka trailing close behind you. Still no sign of Stella. Oh. Oh. Supposed to tea with your mom. Maybe she'll have some ideas. Check the church. The church? What do you think? Stella decided to turn and get religion? I don't know. The pastor can also talk to animals. I must speak with him. Right, you mentioned that yesterday. Okay, we can go to church. Please don't wind up befriending him just because he shares your weird animal thing. It's bad enough to keep bringing Tabitha around with you. I don't want to have to deal with two intensely unlikable people on a regular basis. Kanika leads the way, taking you up the gradual slope towards the church. Alright, where's that weirdo? I'm married to 3 visitors at once on a Thursday. This is unprecedented. 3? Who's the 3rd? There are only 2 of us. Oh no, we were followed by Ditchling. We were followed by Wayne. Zane. What's up, old people? Oh, it's just Zane. What are you doing here? All the glimpses of death I've had in the past 2 days have forced me into the midst of an existential crisis, my dudes. I wanted to see if faith held any answers for me. Alas, I have not found the solace that I seek. Give it time, Zane, and sometimes it takes a while for the Lord to work in His way into your heart. When He does, you won't regret letting Him in. Be sure to look over those pamphlets they gave you, and of course, I'm always here if you need to talk. Sure thing, Pastor. Peace, y'all. Anyway, looking for Stella. She wandered off last night. No one has seen her since. We're starting to get pretty worried. We hope maybe you or Janie had seen her. I can't speak for Janie, but I'm afraid I've seen neither hide nor hair of Stella. I'd like to talk to my wife. She's over by the alpacas. Though I was hoping we might be able to talk in private. Sure, what's up? I guess I'll leave you two while checking on Janie. Mika heads off towards Janie and the alpacas, leaving you alone with the nervous pastor. So glad you came. I've never had anyone else who could hear them. You have no idea how long I thought I must have some kind of insanity. I even thought at one point that it must have been the Lord Himself talking to me through them. But they never had anything very insightful to say, so I was disavowed that pretty early on. Have you met Frou-Frou, Gretchen, Pixel? Of course I have, but I learned early on in life not to let that I have this gift. At least while other humans are around, so I haven't spoken with any of them. Though I get the feeling Frou-Frou wouldn't talk to me even if she knew I could understand her. I've tried to befriend the alpacas when no one else is around, emphasis on trying. They're surprisingly cliquey. Besides that, I try to maintain a low profile, only chatting with the wildlife when I'm sure no one is looking. Does Janie know? No, I don't believe there should be secrets between man and wife, so I'll have to tell her one day. There hasn't been a good time yet. Building a life in Scarlet Hollow has been a difficult process, and the last thing I need to do is add the stress of her husband being some kind of circus act. Tulip, on the other hand, I'm starting to have my suspicions that she might share this gift. Who's Tulip? There have been some particularly nasty rats in the church lately, and she said some things that led me to believe she might be able to understand them. He's interrupted by the sounds of snapping twig and high-pitched giggle, partly muffled by the underbrush on the edge of the property. Tulip, come out of there. You know you're not supposed to play in the woods. Tulip glances back into the woods, quiet as she hesitates. Anything over there? Ditchlings? I don't see any. Tulip, are you going to be good? Are we going to skip story time tonight? I'll be good. You don't have to skip story time. I won't go in the woods, I promise. I know you won't, Tulip, because you know it's too dangerous for little girls in there. Why don't you go help Mama with the alpacas? It's just about time they got fed. You can give them hay. Tulip smiles broadly, seemingly excited by the prospect, and hurries off. Sorry I had to have a firm parenting moment just then. She's been trying to run off into the woods a lot lately. And it's really dangerous even for adults. There's this massive trash dump not too far past the trees, but it must be at least 50 years old. so it's all grown over and it looks like it's part of the landscape. But if you accidentally walk in on it, you might find yourself falling into a hip-deep mound of rusty cans and broken glass. Oh, Tetanus Lake. Stella told me about it. Tetanus Lake, that's an accurate name. I wonder if Tulip would stay away if I started calling it that, or if it would only make it sound more alluring. How big of a dump are we talking? Maybe if you had construction equipment and a team of professionals, it's a big area, and I have no idea how deep it goes. In the meantime, I'm just making sure Tulip knows not to go near it. What are you saying about church rats? Ah, yeah, the rats. So you and I are used to the sort of chatter we hear from wildlife. It's usually nothing that needs to be paid attention to. But these rats, there's something so sinister about them. And they must be huge, judging by the sound of them scurrying around in there. Tulip had never shown any evidence of the ability before, but she's never responded to the alpacas or engaged in conversations with birds. In retrospect, she could have been hiding it the way I did growing up. Because I know she's been talking to the rats. She calls them her friends. Has been drawing all these pictures of them. Really ghastly things. I've tried bringing it up with her, but she just gets a little smile and doesn't say a word. Like it's her fun little secret. It's all innocent enough in the grand scheme of things, but I'm pretty sure they also live out in the trash heap. Wait, are the rats actually the ditchlings? Ever since she started talking about her friends, she's been trying to sneak out there. I'm concerned she's going to get hurt or catch some kind of disease. Are you sure they're rats? I think so. Hope so. Should talk to Tulip about the gift. You're right, I grew up with this ability. If anyone can help her understand not to engage with little evil creatures like rats that are eating God's house from the inside out, it's me. I can handle this. Out of the corner of your eye, you see Kanika walking back to the two of you. She must have finished talking to Janie. Janie says she hasn't seen Stella either, so we'd better get going. Hope your talk with the pastor went well. Yes, we had a great conversation. Appreciate you all stopping by, even if it wasn't under the best circumstances. I'll let you all be on your way. I hope Stella turns up soon. I'll put in some good prayers with the big man for her. Alright, see ya, thanks. Nika starts back down the path to town and you follow. Okay, now that we put some distance between us and the church, what did he want to talk to you about? He didn't say anything weird, did he? I just want to talk about a shared gift. Right, your weird animal thing. I still can't believe all the people in the world you shared that ability was stuck with Pastor Daniel. Where to next? Oh. I don't want to go to cops. Should go to the mines. I guess there's a decent chance Stella went to find your cousin. Can't say I get it, but it's definitely something she would do. Follow Kanika. Oh, there's cops. While bodies, packets, signs, and megaphones in hand form a barricade around the entrance to Scarlet Mines. Hope it's not weird to talk to them while they're in the middle of all this. Well, if it ain't the boss's cousin. You might have had us fooled the other day, but word gets around fast. Zach seems to think you're alright, though. Why are the cops here? Miss Scarlet requested we supervise the situation. The mine's the source of a lot of jobs in town. She just wanted to make sure nobody did anything hasty while expressing their concerns. That's a polite way to say that they're here to intimidate us. A little reminder from the boss that she owns more than just the coal mines. Simmer down. Nobody's here to intimidate anyone, but the Scarlet Mines are private property. Miss Scarlet has every right to request some oversight during a tense situation. There's a lot more of us than there are of you. Anyone seen Stella? YouTuber? She's the one on all the banned from property posters, right? We haven't seen her and we've been out here all day, so we know if she come by. We'll make sure to keep an eye out. Can't say it will be much help though. We'll just be standing around here for the foreseeable future. Hail and well met, fellow countrymen. What goes on here? I must stare at you. A strike. Yeah, we know the grievances. I'm behind you folks 100%. Good to hear even the boss's cousin is on our side. We just appreciate it. There's pressure from almost her entire staff. That poor girl's dad and her own family. This strike might be over real soon. Y'all sure we should be putting any trust into the boss's cousin? Might just be trying to get information out of us. It doesn't matter now. It's too late to stop what's already in motion. We hold all the cards. Doesn't matter how many cops Miss Scarlet sends out here. She can't scare us. What do we need to talk to Tabitha for? Okay, they haven't seen Stella. Let's go. There's no reason to talk to her. Where to next? I don't want to go to the cops. But there's probably an achievement for it. I just got an achievement for all the other ones. I don't go to the cops. I'm supposed to get tea with your mom today. Maybe she'll have some ideas. But we'll do that next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye.